steps. You welcome, you empathize, and you understand. Okay, so those are the three simple steps for you to overcome an objection. So, for example, in something like this, you'd say, "Hey, I completely, I understand, and I know a lot of people that are in the same situation as you are, and I can identify with the sentiment, right? So why don't you tell me a little bit more about it? What is it that you're really fearful about? Is it rates? Is it this? Is it that?" Every single one of the people that I'm actually talking to has a different reason. So if I use this tool for everyone, yeah, you're gonna get some people, but not everybody needs logic. So this particular person that I was talking to, she was the first person in her family to purchase a property, and she has everybody down her, in her ear telling her it's not good, it's not good. When I actually was able to understand where she was coming from, the conversation switched into, listen, you might not be getting the best information. However, I'm here to help you. Got the application, no problem. We're in the process of pre-qualification right now. Now, moving her to the sale is also going to be another objection that you better be ready for. But you use the same strategy. Now, there's two strategies, but I'm just going to share that one right now.
Okay, great. Well, super appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Good stuff. Good stuff. I got it. Welcome, empathize, and understand. Cool.
Yep.
Coach Sean, what are your thoughts?
Hey, brother. We've talked about this in the past. Any objection can be really broken down into kind of what Giancarlo said. I just used a different pattern. It's repeat, approve, affirm, ask another question. So I'm going to repeat whatever Kristen's concern is. I'm going to approve and say, hey, look, I fully appreciate your concern. I'm then going to ask it again. And then what I'm going to do is ask a different question. But more importantly, to go back to what Sharon was saying, which I agree with, you have to illustrate the numbers. But people, psychologically, if you do a lot of home studying on NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, it's the psychology of why somebody makes a decision or why not. And the bottom line comes back to is motivation. They're there for a reason. They have a very specific motivation. They got in touch with you for, you got in touch with them for. There's people that are either internal decision makers or external. Oh my God, everybody in my neighborhood is doing this. They would be external. I believe that this is, I believe that I know the numbers. I know this, or I know that. Those are internal people. You have to speak to them in the same language that they're talking to you. And if you're talking to an external decision maker, telling them about what everybody else is doing, it's kind of like how many people remember a VHS tape versus a beta tape. If you try to take a VHS tape and stick it into a beta player, it doesn't work. When you're trying to give somebody a internal structure or conversational language, like Steve would call it, and you're using one language that is this, but they're really this person. So the easiest way to find out what kind of person they are and how to have a conversation with them, ask them again. What is your motivation? Go back to the motivation. By the way, numbers, like with what Bill was talking about, analytical people love numbers, but the reality is, if you study any kind of sales language, numbers get people to stop in their tracks and think. Emotion makes them act. If you want them to pull the trigger and you want them to sign a contract or you want them to do something specific, you got to get them emotionally excited and get out of the numbers and get them back to being excited about the motivation. I mean, how many people have gone to the motivational speaker, conversation and been in the room, and then they say, okay, the rest to the back of the room. They don't give you all the numbers and then say, okay, well, let's wait a second. They get you all excited and they send you to the back of the room to sign up. Get them excited, find out what their motivation is, get them to talk about the next house, future pace them, it's called. Paint them into the next house that they're buying, paint them into their situation. And then the last thing is, ask them the American dream. For that guy, I would have asked him the American dream. Hey, have you ever heard the American dream, Tom? Well, oh my God, what's the American dream? Home ownership. Hey, let me ask you a question. How long are you going to continue to spend money and invest in somebody else's future? And then pause. And then when I ask you, then ask them, hey, if I could show you a guaranteed investment that can get you anywhere between 20 and 30% return on your money, would you do it? Absolutely. Great. Let's go buy a house. And then show them the tax benefit of buying versus renting.
Good stuff
Sorry,
today. Good stuff, Coach. No.